I recently came across this image and it is easily one of the coolest stories in film history, and it has to do with the Columbia Pictures logo. So since the 1920s, Columbia Pictures has had a ton of different logos. Its initial logo had a woman holding a shield, but every logo after that kind of had a similar vibe and look to it. Well, in 1992, the studio hired artist Michael Dees to paint a new image for the studio's logo. But first he needed inspiration, so he hired now Pulitzer Prize winning photographer Kathy Anderson. At the time, she was working at a local newspaper, and Michael was struggling scouting models for this photo shoot. One of Kathy's colleagues at the time suggested 28-year-old Jenny Joseph, a graphic designer at her publication. So on an impromptu lunch break, she took Jenny and had like an impromptu photo session. In an interview, they wrapped a sheet around her and she held up like a regular desk lamp. And she said, "I just held it up," and they did it with a light bulb. Ultimately, he ended up using these two images for his inspiration, which led us to the iconic Columbia Pictures logo we have today, which has now been used for over 30 years. So Jenny, who had never modeled in her life and decided to just do a fun side project on a lunch break, is now one of the most iconic figures essentially in film history. Jenny is now a married mom of 2 older children. She says every time she goes and sees a Columbia Pictures film, she gets her 15 minutes of fame, and her kids get a kick out of it every time. Honestly, what a fucking story.